What's up, everybody? Uh, got some people here tonight. Antoine is conspicuously missing, but at the end of the day, if he shows up, we'll bring him on, and if not, then fuck him, right? I mean,
I have a picture of him. I can probably.
Yeah, we can just put that over me. I can be Antoine for tonight.
you could be, yeah, okay, all right. All right, so we got judges here. Everybody now go and vote at snakesandthefatman.com/15 minutes and just throw your vote. That'll account for 25% of the winning vote. And each of these guys here get 25%. Donato, Courtney, and Shane, or Courtney and Steven and Shane. So they're gonna be the ones who Shane was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go.
Here he kept saying.
What's that?
He was going like this, so I don't know if he could hear.
Oh, okay. All right. Jesus Christ. Fucking, yeah. This is starting off very professional. Yeah. Well, can't help these people with their fucking iPhones. All right. Anyway, what we'll do is we're just going to start it off with some questions for you guys. And each one will answer. Okay. So we'll start off with Donato. What do you notice that's different this year about than last year?
Right off the bat, I don't see any standouts. There's a lot of good people, but no one is like right out of the gate a favorite of mine. Everyone's sort of.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
Where I feel like in the past,
don't hold back. Don't hold back, dude.
Initially.
Yeah.
Well, not that I don't like. I'm just saying there was someone that was clear. Like I had an idea. I almost want this person to win right out of the gate. Whereas now it's a little more like everyone has to sort of, state their case basically.
Right. No, I get it. All right. What about you, Stephen and Courtney?
You want to go first?
You go first.
All right. So I feel like that there is more people who are doing reels this year, and they started earlier than they did last year, which is awesome, but also a little overwhelming because I'm like, oh, shit, have I seen everything? Or like,
I know, right? It's that was one of the things I noticed is that people were starting like 2 days prior, actually, doing shit. But now, because so many people are doing reels this year, is it all dependent on the reels, or I mean, like, what has to be done that's or at least what's my question? What's the difference this year that you're looking for as opposed to last year? And I know Stephen and Courtney, it doesn't even matter because they didn't, they won last year. So
I will say a lot of times last year, you and the judges would say things like, and you've got to have like a good talking skills. Like you've got to be interesting enough to hold your own in a full length interview. And rewatching the 15 minutes interviews, I realize now that was more important than I had initially realized, because it is kind of like, well, if you don't have anything to talk about, an hour-long episode isn't really the prize that you should win, So yeah. I'm realizing now how much the interview plays into the overall vote.
All right, Stephen, what about you?
No, I agree. I think that the interview is super important. And let me throw this out here. I feel like we've talked about this, and like everybody knows all that stuff. Like Gerald has been doing amazing on his campaign. He got blindsided by Justin in the interview. So it's like, okay, if we're evaluating the interview, because we have like scores for like different categories and all that stuff. It's like, how do we handle that one? Because they're killing it on their campaign. They're doing really, really well.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They're doing like one a day. I think that's because Crystal took over.
Yeah, that's what Gerald said. I think the debates will be good for folks that maybe didn't have as strong of a interview. They might, if they can like show out at the debate and show that they've got the skills, I think that'll make a difference.
Yeah. Well, Donato, what are you looking for besides a funny reel? Because last year you were just like, do something funny and show off your personality. And now so many people are doing it. I'm afraid that the reliance on the reels will overshadow like what they're actually doing,
Yeah, I definitely still want to see the personality come through. And It's always great to see funny stuff, but I am looking a little more at the collections, the Instagrams, what projects they're working, where they're looking to head. So, like you said, if someone doesn't really have a plan, or they never hatch the clutch, or they're kind of like, oh, maybe this is a cool thing, it bears a little more weight if they're looking to progress their business more than just like winning for the sake of winning.
Right.
So I think, yeah. So the reels, I think, are still important and they're fun, and I love seeing them all. But it might carry a little less weight with me this year, with me not having like in my mind someone, or a few people that I think stand out. So I'm going to look at a little bit more of everything. Not that I didn't last year, because obviously you guys have a great collection and some great projects you're working. And that, of course, was in the back of my mind, but I always sort of played to the funny thing. But I am going to put a little more weight on the other stuff, I think.
All right. And Courtney and Steven, it was kind of proven out the last 3 years that you don't have to win this thing in order to kind of still get some benefits out of it, right? Like who in your class do you think also got benefits out of it besides you guys?
Oh, I think Reggie had a pretty big presence beforehand, so I don't want to the contest did a whole lot for that, but I do think that it helped out a lot because Reggie killed it on the reels. I think that he did a lot of stuff with other people. Antoine's in the chat. Antoine's supposed to be in here.
Yeah, Antoine's supposed to be here. What the fuck, Antoine?
Did you send him the link or no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I know we talked to Brian actually right after the documentary aired, and he specifically said, Brian from Heathen Hatchery specifically said how much the campaign and the 15 minutes had stood out for him and what a difference it made for him. So just straight out of his mouth, or I guess hands typing, but he was talking about what a big difference it made. I know Bree talks about it a bit, and is a big fan of it. So I know that there are people that got recognition. I mean, look at Adam; he's making reels again this year.
Yeah.
So
Adam's making reels a year too late.
No, I did go back. He had some funny ones that I had forgotten about. He
had the Lego one or whatever.
Yeah, the stop motion. That was really cool. I had forgotten about that one. And then he had
the Bernie Sanders one.
The Bernie Sanders one. I forgot how funny that was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he became successful in real life. He went on after 15 minutes of lame to become a pilot and everything. I mean,
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's it. Yeah.
We should play that up, that he became a pilot because of 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he realized what a loser he'd be known as if he was just a ball python breeder, right? So he decided, let me get myself a little bit of an education.
Yeah.
Shane, we were talking about while you were gone. What are you looking for this year in the winter besides the reel thing? Because right now the reels, I mean, some people are doing reels every day now, and I hope the reliance isn't just on being funny. I hope the reliance is still on doing good animals.
Well, I'm also looking for who I think's going to be here in 3, 4, 5 years from now too. That was something I kind of based my vote on last year as well, but that's something I'm looking for. So as far as what they can do right now, they should have already been doing it over this past year,
Right. Well, and Shane, we also were talking about some standout people from previous classes that didn't win. Who are some previous standout people from your class?
Jeremy Bod from Bod's Exotics, John Feely, Corey Martin. I don't know. I'm probably forgetting someone in there, but those are the ones that I hold close to my heart. I mean, I still talk to Jeremy from Bod's Exotics. I mean that brought us together. That's what made our friendship, So.
Right. All right. Now, about a week ago, indirectly, it was asked to me, who the fuck am I to be picking the winner, right, of a ball python breeding contest? So I'm going to flip that fucking question and say, Donato, who the fuck are you to fucking be picking the winner of a fucking ball python?
I am nobody at all. Less than nobody. But I know you, so there you go.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
I mean, look, it's not my main thing. I do love doing it as a hobby, and I love the breeding part of it. I have enough experience with it that I could tell good stuff from shit. And so, I mean, I guess my opinion is as good as at least half the people out there opinion. So, you know, and I know you.
I think your opinion should be the same as mine, and it should be like, fuck you. We have a right to do it because we were producing shit 7 years ago that you're still 5 years away from producing. You fucking loser degenerates. All right, Shane, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to pick the winner?
I'm the original fucking winner. That's who the fuck I am. Yeah,
That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear, right? Fucking A. Leviathan, who the fuck are you?
I mean, we're the most recent champions. We're the ones who know how it works. We just did it most recently. So I feel like if somebody's going to pick who's going to win 15 minutes of lane, it's got to be us. Got to be us.
Listen, I first of all, I can't even believe that Antoine still hasn't showed up. I mean, somebody is sending me a very clear message. Okay. So, you know,
he's ready to do the
stand-in tiebreaker.
Stand in for one of us right now. Like he's there in you know, waiting.
I don't know,
You
man.
dropped off for a while, Shane. He could have jumped in.
Yeah, fucking, we've been on for a while. I'm thinking about calling Brian in and making Brian the tiebreaker because as popular as he's been this week, fucking. Now, speaking of all that shit, all right, when you guys saw the shit that went down with Brian, Stephen and Courtney were thinking a very specific thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want me to say it? Hey,
Yeah,
man, maybe save this for after the release of the documentary that you're featured in.
Day before. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Hey, can you not stir shit for one extra day? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
I would have made him sign a contract, like no controversies for the entire month.
Yeah, for the month of December, starting actually the November through December.
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't matter because people come at Brian for shit he said last year, you know. So fucking, it'd be a hard contract to draw up, you know. Now, as happens every year, there are some people that are not running. Okay, and let's just give an honest opinion on what you think about them. And it's obvious who's not running because you could see the results of the fucking of the poll online, right? So Shane, what do you think?
I think at this point it should be assumed that you should be running. So if you were even on 15 minutes of lane, you should be putting in some effort. So you wasted a spot and you wasted a 15-minute interview on Snakes and the Fat Man. That's how I feel. I take it kind of personal.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them had agreements that they signed. You know, so you know, it's a little bit fucked up. And look, I understand the politics about it, you know, but fucking if you're that much of a pussy where someone told you not to run and you don't run, fuck you. We don't want you as the winner anyway. Stephen and Courtney, what do you think about them?
I think that running is a fun thing. I think it's a fun thing that, like, there's no reason to do the interview and not run unless, you know, Chris, you know, you don't like Chris anymore.
And, well, which is very, you know, I mean, fair enough. That's
but I'm teasing. Like, I could see things happening, right? Like, if you have an early interview early in the year, and then you've had like a life event that comes up, and you know, a lot has changed. Like, I get it. I get not running. I get not having the time or the energy. But for folks that, you know, really wanted to run, it is kind of a bummer to see if they don't do anything at all.
Yeah. One thing I want to add on it is, again, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I think there's so much value you get just from running, not even from winning. But it does kind of feel like a little like bad when you have people that are like, oh yeah, I'm going to crush it. And then they don't do anything. Like,
it's just fun. It's a fun thing to do. And I like when people make stuff or like promote themselves.
Donato, what do you think?
So, I mean, I don't follow all this podcast stuff at all, like all you guys do, and I'm not in the chats. But is that something that's actually happening? Someone saying, "Don't participate, don't run."
Yeah, Steven's threatening them if they. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, fuck them. Who the fuck needs them, right? I mean,
it's a fun thing.
Yeah, who
if you don't
cares?
do it, you don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's their loss. Who the fuck needs them? If they don't want to participate, if they don't have enough of a mind to, after doing your show and having a good time, participating where now this is the 4th year of doing this, right? So
Yeah.
you know what you signed up for. So who the fuck cares? Who needs you? I mean, probably not going to be anywhere within a year anyway, right? So what's the difference?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, to be fucking honest. So who cares? Don't run or run, whatever. Do what you want to do. But if you go on the show, the point is to get a full hour interview. Otherwise, like you said, don't waste somebody else's 15 minutes. Let somebody else be in it. But
Right.
everyone that's participating has been great so far. Even if it's something simple, even if you're not super creative or you don't know how to work a camera like me, or you don't know how to do all this, high tech stuff. Do something. I mean, participate. Why not? It's fun and it gets your name out there. And if you're looking to make a business of it, that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is.
There's an interesting question in the chat. Creative Coralofus asks, "Is sleeping with the judges allowed this year?" I'm going to need headshots. Send them directly to Steven. We'll get back to you.
And yeah, maybe I'm the tiebreaker. All right. So
for me and Chris, just do body shots. Cut the head out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay, right? I mean, yeah. Looking at butterfaces are okay. All right.
That's why they made brown bags.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's correct. Any standouts so far? I know it's only the 3rd day into it. But.
Standouts on reels or like everything overall?
Well, let's just talk reels because there's been some killer fucking reels put out already.
You can definitely tell who's putting in the effort with the reels. Some of my favorites have been from VIP. Chakra had one I liked that made me laugh. Obviously, everyone saw Paul's. That was so funny at the beginning. That one just made my day.
Affiliarium's been doing really good.
Yeah, we were featured in the Affiliariums today, so we're real proud of that. And then Brandon Nixon, he's got like a funny one.
I'm stoked to see. So Troy was down yesterday, celebrating the documentary. He filmed a couple of them here. All right, yeah, I'm stoked to for him to show
anything.
Them.
Yeah. And then who am I missing? Jared from Jaw Dropping. Look, man, the rat shit thing was gross. It was so gross. I'm trying to be impartial. That was so gross, man. Not my kind of humor. I'm trying to be like, oh, it's not up to me what's funny, but cool.
I was hoping it would end with like chocolate covered teeth kind of thing.
No, it wasn't chocolate. That was real rat shit.
Yeah, no, the Jake's today I thought was great. I thought that Steven made that video at the end when he was like, well, he's a guy, so fucking it was fucking so good. Shane, what about you?
I think Gerald from Canada, man, he's putting in a lot of work on his. I think once he loosens up, and you could tell he's uncomfortable in front of the camera. Once he loosens up a little bit, then he'll be gold. And the Jake from State Farm thing today was hilarious. That's my favorite so far. That one.
I forgot. Beating the Balls have done some funny ones too. I forgot.
Yeah. I was gonna say Whitney did some funny ones with Jason. What about you, Donato?
Yeah, pretty much the same ones like everyone else said. VIP is making me laugh for sure. And the Jake from State Farm, that was great. And there's been a few that have really been funny. I've been getting a kick out of a lot of them. Even the more like badly done ones, I almost like more because
you're big
like
on
it's almost like what I would do, like a really bad Photoshop of my face on a cheesy video, but I find that actually funnier. So they've been pretty funny actually.
Well, I got emailed a couple of questions. Does Paul have an unfair advantage from Large Marge Morphs just based on his last name with Donato?
With
right?
me?
Yeah.
I mean, a Long Island Italian, but no, not at all. But I do love the Large Marge name because I love Pee Wee's Big Adventures, and I love that Large Marge part. So I got a kick out of the name right off the bat. So
Well, it would change your mind if you saw how he got his ass kicked at Tinley by Kevin. So fucking. But no, Paul is fucking awesome.
yeah, he's a cool dude.
So now, next year we're gonna have a bit of a problem, right? Because we're gonna have four winners to judge. Now, here's the thing: do we just kick Donato out?
That's fine with me. If I get a kick out of doing this, but it's not gonna hurt my feelings if I'm not a judge. So
Yeah,
I'll still be following along and enjoying it.
I have an idea. Shane and Donato can share a vote. How about that?
Yeah, Courtney's really fucking a little salty about that, right? Like fucking. Is there going to be a problem? Like fucking you and Steven don't agree on that much? Like, what if there is a split between you and Steven? Who gets the vote? Does it depend on oral skills or what?
He is a good orator. He does speak a lot clearer than I do. I think we agree on things a lot more than people realize. I mean, I think he and I are kind of on the same page 99% of the time.
No, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because he was at Tinley, this last Tinley. He's like, "Hey, Shane, friend, I want to buy that snake." I'm like, "It's all yours, friend." And he's like, "Let me call Courtney." Oh, Courtney says,
he did let me call my wife thing. He did.
He's one of those guys.
Blocking my snake shells. She's not even here.
He said, "Let me call my wife," and then he. So I'm not gonna get into that. He rattled off all the genes that we have that same snake in a female form. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
Well, what I take out of that is that Steven eats really good pussy and Courtney gives horrid blowjobs.
A lot of
teeth.
All right, that's okay. So, no, we'll find a way to keep Donato involved next year anyway.
It's all good. I don't mind one way or the other.
But, dude, this is the only exposure you get all year. All right?
I don't care. It's whatever.
He's like the groundhog. He pops out during the.
Yeah, he pops up during December.
Personally, I kind of like the fact of like Donato being in it because he's a wild card, because he's not on social media a whole lot. It's like, what really is going to appeal to him? And the only thing we knew about him was he was Italian, so we had to send him a bowl of spaghetti.
We're making it racist, he said.
Well, also like Italians, like they don't get offended like very easily. Like I could, if I had a black guy, as a friend, which I do, okay, I wouldn't call them up, right? I wouldn't call them like with Brian, for instance. I don't call him up and be like, "Hey, you fucking dumb spick." Fucking Brian would get mad at me, right? But I could call up Donato and I'm like, "What's up, you little guinea fuck?" And fucking Donato's just like, "Hey, that was good." Like, it's like they just don't get offended about shit.
Yeah.
Shane, what are you? You're Irish, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a weird thing if me and Donato had to share because he's an Italian New Yorker and I'm a California Irishman. So that
Okay. Shane, you and Steven, Donato, and Antoine, and then I get my own vote next year.
And her vote is worth 99%.
but I'm definitely curious. Like, fucking, what if there's an issue between
the two of us? I think that we will kind of, I don't want to say like debate each other, but we'll kind of like bring our reasoning about. And then another thing is we are both kind of like keeping track of like our points. Favorite things. Steven more so.
I have an Excel sheet up right now where I have categories and points.
So Troy's going to break into our house and try to hack into Steven's computer. No, like we're keeping notes on our favorite things. And at the end of the day, like it might just be like, okay, well, let's pull up the what we've got listed and who's at the top, who combined makes the most sense for us.
Well, not only that, between you guys and Shane, not really Donato, because Donato doesn't make friends easily, but fucking you two.
Everybody loves me.
Yeah. They all love.
Doesn't mean you like them.
Right. You guys have a lot of friends that are running this year, right? So, is there going to be any issues you think if you vote some? Because remember, this year your vote is going to be televised. Like it's going to be on the final video.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's worried that we're going to be impartial. I think that we've been pretty clear that.
Mhm. Like if we vote for somebody who is a
Well,
friend,
that we
we voted for them because based off of like our system that we're using, they had the most points. If we vote for somebody that's not our friend and our friends are like, what the hell, you didn't vote for me, it's like literally we had a system, like they just had the most amount of points.
It does happen that like our friends are pretty dope though, so like
Yeah, all right.
I'd like to point out that like one of the parts in the documentary is how impartial I am and how strict I am.
yeah.
All the friendship goes out the month of December. Like, don't talk to me during the month of December. We're not friends
We
anymore.
felt good about Donato because of how much we paid him, but like with you, we knew.
Well,
You guys
now-
went the wrong way.
And I think everybody saw in the movie.
$3
Courtney did play it off a lot cooler when she found out that they won.
Oh,
I mean, Steven really did lose his shit.
I
And
love
fucking
his reaction.
to
I
the
love
point
Steven's
where
reaction.
he wouldn't even kiss Courtney.
Hey, trying to
He was too busy like punching the
Yeah.
air.
you have
had
to
to
be
back
on
off
camera
and
and
kinda-
please don't hit me.
Stick and move. She would have caught a right cross to the jaw.
Do you know how many texts I got during the premiere being like, did Steven really shit his pants?
I did.
Yeah, no, that was that was great, and I think I think that actually showed some like everybody that's won so far, they haven't made it like just oh cool, they definitely made it out to be a big thing, and dude, I appreciate that, from all of you guys.
Well, that's kind of the thing I have in the back of my head. I'm like, so anyone competing in this contest should have that exact reaction. Like that should be the exact reaction you have when you win this, because you want to show that fire you have for doing this. Otherwise, why are you bothering to do it?
Right.
So that
Right.
should be any winner's reaction, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. Fucking what were you doing, Shane, when we announced that you won?
I don't know exactly what I was doing, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I had some tears in my eyes. I was like, I mean, if Ed McMahon knocked on my door with one of those giant checks, I'm gonna slam the door and be like, "Get the fuck out of here till later." So.
I'll be right back. I gotta let the dog out.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah. Donato has like 3 big Dobermans and then a little tiny wiener dog, and that wiener dog fucking runs the house. Like fucking that wiener dog will tell the fucking Dobermans when it's time to shit, So now, as far as standouts go, as soon as I kind of put the list together, I'll admit that there were 8 or 10 people that stood out immediately, just because I know, their collections and what they do and everything else. Was it the same for you, Shane?
Yeah, I have a list right here on my phone. I went through all the interviews, picked my top picks from there, and then it's all up to them after that.
Look at Donato. He wrote his fucking list.
Written list.
Can't be screenshotting that.
Which I'm too blind to even see right now, so I have no idea anybody's name, company, anything. But it's all written down.
Jesus Christ, you fucking Italians. Anyway, I want to end this fairly early, but Donato, what do you got to say to everybody running?
Just keep up the good work. I think it started out fast. It may be a tough pace to keep up, like every day coming up with something new. So you're probably better off to put a little more thought into each reel and make a little more quality than just bombarding every day with something. You don't have to do something every day, but definitely showcase the personality, because it goes a long way for sure.
What about you, Shane?
Yeah, similar. I think we're only officially 2 days in, but people started doing stuff a week ago. Save some energy for the home stretch, though. I mean, that's, you want to make a good impression right there at the end, right about time, about the time we got to make our pick. So,
well, I also think that if people are smart, they're going to do it the way Stephen and Courtney did it, where they're just going to take a day to film a ton of shit and then just slowly release it throughout the contest, not put one out every day. I mean, look, I love the promotion, so don't get me wrong. I mean, we've already had almost 3,000 votes, and it's been, 2.5 days. So I'm happy with that. But, quality over quantity, and, that's probably the thing I would say. And what about you, Stephen and Courtney?
Alicia in the comments just made a good point. Maybe one thing that we've been trying to get a good gauge of is people's collections. So maybe start showing off your collection a little bit, so that we have a better idea of what it is. Because right now we have your 15 minutes interview and whatever you post on Instagram, unless you have a YouTube channel, and show it off there. So yeah, show us what you've got. Show us how long you're going to be doing stuff like this. Come to the debates and really be confident in the debates. I think that'll make a big difference for folks.
Yeah. Combined with that, I feel like that beyond, it's not just do you have the most expensive animals, but somehow, some way communicate how you are going to be in this hobby 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and that you're not just going to be existing, that you are going to be leading the hobby in some way.
Don't stop with the funny reels, though.
Yeah, keep
they're
doing
making
the
my
funny
day.
reels. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, that's really, I think, a requirement of all the judges, that they have to think that you're going to be here for the next 5 years, right? Because thank God there hasn't been anybody yet that fucking fell out. I don't mean to pinpoint, but there was somebody this year or last year or the year before who ran and haven't heard a thing from them in 8 months, 9 months. And then also somebody had posed the question why do you have people that have had no clutches on 15 minutes of lane? And normally when I do that at the beginning of the year, and I give them a year to have clutches. All right. It's not my fucking fault that come November, you still haven't had a clutch yet from your fucking 40 adult breeders. Okay. So, just to kind of defend that, the intention is always that, these people maybe have something that, they're going to be able to hatch out this year. But listen, they can't all be home runs. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So, all right. Anything else anybody got to say?
I got a question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. And who ran last year that if they won, you would have been like, oh, fuck me.
Can't ask that question.
Throw them under the bus right now.
Right, yeah. All right. That's fucked up, man.
What's
Maybe
the
my next
answer?
question towards you. Maybe Jana, if Jana won,
Only because she's out now, I think.
because Jana's kind of out right now.
She might come back.
And well, that's the whole thing. Is I think that she still has all the snakes. So there's, she may just be taking a hiatus. I mean, there's a ton of people that think, fuck, I got a shit ton of problems in my life right now. I have to take a break from this a little bit, because regardless, it's a full-time gig, right? If you have over 100, it's like a lot of work. I called Donato the other day.
Today,
actually, yeah. He's like, I'm spending my fucking Sunday cleaning rat shit, fucking snake shit, and following this useless shit. And Donato didn't, as far as your year goes, it was a gamble this year that really didn't pay off that much, right?
with my stuff, you mean?
Yeah.
My stuff, I don't know. It just, a lot of stuff just, for some reason, I had lots and a lot of stuff didn't produce. And the few that did were small clutches, like 3 egg, 4 egg. Some were like 3 eggs that 2 went bad. But I also didn't breed a lot of stuff either, because I was waiting on certain things to be bigger this year, to just have better pairings. I didn't want to have just a whole bunch of clutches for the sake of having a bunch of clutches. So.
Well, not only that, fucking the things that did hatch out all had spider in them, right? So they immediately got devalued.
Only one. I only have one breeder that has spider in it. And I'm not even breeding her this year, but actually she gave me actually 2 really pretty babies this year. But I'm waiting for them to get genetic testing on DG and Azanthic. And one, the Desert Ghost definitely came through, and possibly the Azanthic came through, and only one had spider in it, so it wasn't too
half
bad.
price, right? Immediately.
Yeah, straight up on more fun. Get rid of these things.
As far as RGI, is everybody here using RGI?
I use Gray Rider for most things.
Let me tell you something. Gray Rider is going to be a new sponsor on the main show. So I'm going to be pushing Gray Rider big time because I think he even does things faster. You know,
we're going to continue to push RGI. So I guess
we
we
like
got beef
RGI.
now.
we got to feud.
It's time to start feuding.
All right.
I did send some sunset test off to RGI today. I mean, I do use RGI for stuff, but if Charlie has the test, I go to Charlie.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You know why? Because Charlie is better. Okay. Charlie is the everyman, right? Like fucking Charlie's not a fucking doctor. Charlie fucking figured that shit out like MacGyver. Okay, to fucking get your fucking test done.
Yeah.
And fucking I'm going to MacGyver every fucking time. All right. Wow. But I don't produce anything, so it doesn't matter. So and unless Charlie gets skink tests.
Yeah.
Then,
hey, Luke, what do you have in this?
Why don't you just calm the fuck down? Why don't you not worry about what I have? Okay.
No, not you, Luke.
Oh, Luke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke.
Where the hell is Luke here in Australia with a bunch of lizards?
Because Luke is fucking ride or die, man.
Your ride or die. Luke's your ride or die, bitch.
All right.
I mean, but this guy, he wasn't just like a mechanic yesterday, and then he's like, I'm going to do genetic testing today, right? Like, he's legitimately doing it.
He's legit spent years and thousands of dollars in getting this shit done.
No.
I actually think Charlie's Batman, like given all the stuff that he's been in.
Charlie has an idea, and he just does it. Like he talks. He's like, "Oh, I like drones. I'm gonna build a drone."
Way before drones were like a thing. Like
he's just a smart guy.
Yeah.
Well, I just like,
but RGI,
the fact that we can do genetic testing regardless of who it is. So I've gotten a shitload of stuff genetic tested, and I've actually had probably like 80% of the stuff I thought might be, 66 or 50%, all turned out being het. So it's been pretty good. I'm really happy I did genetic testing.
All right. Well, you could say that, but Charlie's better.
Okay. Fine. Nothing against Charlie.
Wait a month. Come on, man.
No. Gotta start kissing ass early. Okay, because everybody knows that Chris goes where the money is. I mean, of course, if RGI was like, yeah, we'll be a sponsor, prior to this, I'd be like, oh, RGI is fantastic. But but they haven't. So fuck them, right?
If I would have known this was the topic, I would have wore my Gray Rider T-shirt.
I don't have one yet, but I would do it too. Okay, Charlie's the shit, and you guys are wrong. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You guys are wrong.
I literally just heard of Charlie now. I'm sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie.
Hey, you gotta support him, Donato. He's a Long Island guy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a Long Island Italian, right?
Yeah. On the way to Jones Beach, I'll drop off my sheds to him.
That's right. He'll probably have done by the time you're back from Jones.
Yeah, on the way back, I'll pick up.
All right. Yep. Fucking A. Charlie don't fuck around. Charlie's like Honey Badger. He doesn't give a fuck. Right? Charlie just makes shit happen.
Nice.
So, guys, thanks for coming. Respectfully, Antoine bite me for fucking not showing up. Fucking, I don't know what the problem was, man.
What happened to Brian?
Well, Brian wasn't going to come anyway. Brian's not a judge. Brian is just the star of the movie. So
yeah, I'm never thought that there was a
this is why, like, when people ask me, isn't Donato just a shill for you? I tell them no, because fucking Donato does not give a fuck about my podcast, any other podcast fucking going. Donato just gives a fuck about Donato. So fucking he's look, fucking fucking Luke. He's on with MJ now. If he's on with MJ now, I'll be pissed off, right? Because he knew about this shit. So I'll be fucking aggravated, and I will get Justin to be the tiebreaker. But fucking, I don't know. Can anybody confirm that? Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me and being here to do this. We will see you guys all on the 25th again when the winner gets decided. So if anybody needs any of us to help them with their reels or whatever, and if they're going to be in the area, just let us know and we'll help you guys out with the reel, and we'll do a little collaboration. So
wait, I got something to add to that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm available for collabs, as Steven would say, but I'm not going to tell you how to run your campaign. So there's a line in the sand there, So
yeah, I've been getting private DMs from some of the contestants, like, hey, what's the number count, and what's anybody pulling ahead that I should know about? I'm like, I'm not going to fucking tell you, All right, until you win this thing, you're a piece of shit, just like every other 15-minute delay. I'm like that fucking that dude in Full Metal Jacket that was like the drill sergeant. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you until you actually do something, and then then we'll go from there. Okay, so look at.
I just lost you guys for the last minute or two. I got no idea what happened.
Yeah, fucking so Italian. Yeah, because Donato's still on dial-up. That's why.
Yeah. I got a 56, man. It's fucking top line.
Right. Well, yeah. The next week we're having our last Fat Man Live of the year, and we're gonna have Acacia Jones, or I don't know. I don't remember her last name. Acacia. Either way, she's hot as fuck. Okay, and the whole episode is a little bit of a tie-in to the very first Fat Man Live episode, except it's a little bit of an upgrade, and you'll find out why. Okay, and then the following Sunday will be the debates, but the judges aren't going to be on the debates; they're just going to be watching the debates. So, but either way, fucking stop by to both of those and let us know how we're doing. All right, gonna take that off. All right, so guys, thank you again, and we will see you guys on the 25th. All right, so thanks again, guys.
Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Snakes in the Batman proudly brings to you its new breeder segment, 15 Minutes of Lame!
Hey guys, it's Justin at Canova. So in the past few years, Canova's become the top source for amazing ball pythons. Now Chris tells me, Justin, it's time to give back. So we're sponsoring the 15 Minutes of Lame to support the new and upcoming breeders. So jump in here. Let's hear your ideas. Let's hear your thoughts. Maybe you can turn your 15 minutes of lame into 20 years of lame, just like I did. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. So bring it.
15 Minutes of Lame!